Hello, welcome back. So I wanted to show y'all that this is made by Manny and Mal's Mallory Pagnotta's website, and she had asked me to make a 4-in-1 koozie tumbler situation, and I took inspiration from her website. So I painted the colors that I had available to me in my spray paint. I knew that the glitter that I had mixed up, and I did a custom mix on these, was going to be enough to cover, was just enough to give me the color that I wanted. But I just wanted to make sure that we had those two colors represented, in our ombre look, so we could have the cup, covered like we normally do. So I just spray painted it with like some kind of blush, I think, maybe vintage blush, but I think that's a little bit dark. Anyways, I'll have those colors all listed down below. And then I think it's called Coastal Sage, is that green, that it's a little bit darker than a Tiffany green, and I really wanted a Tiffany green, but I figured it was going to give me the base that I needed here. And once again, I custom made this mix. I just kind of took different colors that I had, different glitters that I had. I wasn't really trying to go with any particular brand or style or anything. I just kind of took the colors of pink and the colors of this, kind of Tiffany green, teal, blue, whatever kind of color, and I just kind of took all the shades that were in the website, and I kind of mixed them all together, because I thought about doing like several different colors, but then I was like, you know what, if I mix it good enough, if I get a good enough mix in the glitters, then I can represent all of those kind of colors in this way of this ombre and kind of the shimmering of the glitter in different directions and that kind of thing. So this is where I ultimately ended up with me trying to decide how I wanted to represent this website. And when I do mix my own glitters, so they're in these little containers here, so that's not so easy to just kind of shake out. So I am going very slow. I have not sped this up at all. This is exactly how slow I was going. I did not want to have any, mishaps with a bunch of glitter going down, so I was just taking it with my fingers and just slightly, very lightly kind of sprinkling it on in the different spots on the bottom and then on the top, and just, really taking my time. And I did put a base of each down before I went in and really tried to do an ombre in the middle there. So I put my base down for the pink, and then I put my base down for the, the green, the tealy green. And then I went back and was really trying to drop that pink into the green, and then flip it, and then vice versa, put that green down into the pink. And at this point, I had a pretty good base for that pink, so I just went ahead and just kind of let it all fall down with that green, so that I could just really get a good ombre going. So I just kind of just let it go and got as much coverage as I could on that bottom, because I had already done as much on the top pink part as I needed to. So I lied. No, I went back and I did a little bit more. I did kind of just let it go for that pink on the top there as well. So my one last little hurrah at the ombre to kind of get that good look of an ombre in the middle there. So I put 2 or 3 coats of epoxy on here, how many ever I needed, in order to get it nice and smooth and clear, so that I could put this water slide on. Now, I was trying to think, because it did have a little bit of a curve in the middle there, and so I was thinking that if I cut it in half, it probably would go on a lot better. And this I just created in Canva. I just took in kind of a wave, and then I took I took the picture that was at the bottom of the website of the flowers and the wood look or whatever, and I kind of brought that in, and then I used the eyedropper and kind of dropped in those different colors in there so that I was using exact colors. So it was going to be more of an exact match in that, you know, in the look, so that I wasn't straying too far. And, you know, that way when she is working out or walking around or doing her thing, she's representing her company. And that was kind of my mindset, was that it had the same vibe, the same look, the same color, the same theme, you know, that kind of thing. So that's why I did this. So what I did was I took the water slide, that wavy line that I printed out there, and I just flipped it upside down so that I could put the green in the pink and the pink in the green, so that we kind of had like an ombre look going the other way and still had that kind of wavy look to it. So I printed off her logo as well, and I got permission from her that I was able to use all this. She didn't know what I was going to do, but I was like, okay, but if I use some things from your website, is that okay? She said, absolutely. So because I wanted it to represent her and her business. So I made an offset on the back side of her logo and did it in vinyl. And then I cut it in like a glittery white vinyl. And it wouldn't be my video if I didn't put my head right in the middle. Anyways, once I printed out the Made by Manny and Mal, it was a little bit kind of too small for that bigger offset that I had made for this. So I went ahead and just kind of cut up all the little pieces and kind of placed them on there, you know, one by one, because it made a lot more sense and it kind of fit a lot better in, you know, the little spaces that were provided there. I obviously couldn't use the, you know, water slide on that pink. It was just a little bit too dark and you wouldn't have been able to see it because the pinks match. Everything was kind of matching. So I knew that it would get lost in there. So that's why I put that white, you know, vinyl background on there so I could put that water slide on there. Now, this I just let dry. I didn't do any kind of sealing or anything, but I let it dry, and then I put a couple of coats of epoxy on there, and then I went into this next step. So this I used printable vinyl, and I printed off the picture from the website. So I kind of wanted it to have that same look of, like, at the bottom of the website was that long piece of wood and the flowers and everything. And like I said, I wanted it to represent her when she was walking around with it, out in public, you know, going places, hanging out with her friends, you know, that her brand was being represented at all times. And so that's why I asked for permission to use all of this. And, you know, if you're going to do something like this, I'll definitely make sure that you ask for permission. But I wanted to show y'all these four-in-one tumblers, and I wanted to show you this kind of neat idea of mixing your own glitter, doing this, you know, the water slide thing in the middle, and, you know, all of that. I hope it gives you some inspiration. That's what I'm here for. So I went in and sealed that, and then I put like 2 final coats on there, and that was it. And that's the look. And these are really awesome. They're 4-in-1. They're from the Stainless Steel Depot, and they have where you can put a can, a bottle, a skinny can, whatever you want in there. And you know, they have all kinds of drinks today that have different sizes and things. But anyways, Mallory loved it. I was so happy with her, you know, with the fact that she loved my whole idea, my whole theme there, which is her theme. So why wouldn't she love it? Anyways, please comment below, like, subscribe, and I will see you next time.